Aries ascendants, this video is for you. If your moon is in Aries, you can watch this video. If you have a cluster of planets in Aries, which is number one, you can be any ascendant, any moon sign, which means 3 or 4 planets are conjunct in Aries, which means you have very strong Aries energy in your charts. So you can watch this video as well, especially if you're running the Mahadasha of any of those planets or Antardasha of any of those planets that are in Aries. So let's see what's going on with the Mercury transit. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because this Mercury transit is a very interesting one. Mercury is, as we know, it's closest to Sun and it's fast moving. So Mercury transits every couple of weeks. In 2-3 weeks, Mercury transits out. But what is happening now on June 22nd, Mercury will transit into Cancer and it's going to go retrograde. And it will stay in Cancer for a while and then eventually move to Leo on August 30th. So that's a very, very long transit time for Mercury. So let's see what these. So it's more than 2 months. So in these 2 months, what are the things that you should look out for? So Aries people, firstly, Mercury isn't a very benefic planet for you guys. Why? It's the lord of your 3rd house and your 6th house especially, right? 6th house of enemies, your prarabdha karma, of your debts, court cases, diseases, illnesses, are all seen from the 6th house. Okay? Enemies from past line can be seen from 6th house. And this planet is Mercury for you. And Mercury is going into the sign of Cancer. Mercury governs your 3rd house and your 6th house. 6th house, I already told you what it is. 3rd house is the house of hard work, of your creativity, of your communication. Mercury itself is the significator of communication, is the significator of intelligence, of business, of networking, of analytics, how you analyze things. Buddh means intelligence. All right, so this particular planet is going into Cancer. And what is Cancer? Cancer is in your 4th house, and Cancer is the significator of emotions, your comfort level. It's the sign of looking after people. Healthcare professionals are seen from a very strong Cancer. People who pretty much dedicate their lives in looking after other living beings. It may not be just humans. Nurturing is the word that is associated with the Cancer energy. All right. So Mercury is logic and intelligence. Now you see the contrast here. You can't put a number to emotions, right? So Mercury, especially, so look out for the dates. So Mercury, when it goes retrograde, Mercury, I want to make a different video for Mercury retrograde later on, but I want you to look out for these particular dates, which is July 18th to August 11th, when Mercury is retrograde. You need to look after your home related matters. Especially communication. Mercury is the significator of communication, how you communicate. Especially how you're communicating with your family members. Especially the ones that you live with, your home, your spouse, your mother, your children. All right? Especially if you have malefics in Cancer. If you have planets like Rahu or Mars or Sun or, hot planets, aggressive planets. You need to watch out for how you communicate at home. It also signifies your contracts. Mercury is about signing documents, about contracts. So the ones who are in the middle of buying a new property, you got to be very careful, especially in the dates that I've given you, especially if you have planets in Ashlesha or Pushya Nakshatra. Okay, and your Saturn isn't very well placed, and your Ashlesha is governed by Mercury, and if your Mercury is not very well placed in the chart, Okay, and you're running through Mercury Mahadasha and Mercury Antardasha. So anything to do with home, vehicles, property, land, I would suggest that you do not take any decisions, because those decisions could be emotionally driven. Right? So Mercury considers Moon as its enemy, and there is a story behind it. So if you have interest, you can look up the story. All right. Mercury is logic, and Cancer is emotion. So people can take emotional decisions in haste about their land, home, property, and vehicles. All right. So two things you need to watch out for. One is how you communicate with your family members, and especially if you're getting into buying a new house or selling a new house or property or land, you need to watch out for that. It can cause conflict. You should delay it, wait for Mercury to go to Leo, and then you can go ahead with that. All right. From there, Mercury looks at your 10th house, which means if your moon is especially well placed, you need to look out for the moon transits. I know moon transits can be very, very chaotic, but especially if your moon is debilitated in your chart, which means if moon is in the sign of Scorpio, or your moon is even in the sign of Pisces, okay, in the 12th house, right? Your moon is afflicted or conjunct with Rahu. Why am I saying moon? Because we have to look at moon. So you will see the trigger of events will be during full moons and the no moon, between the dates I've given you right here. All right, during Mercury is transiting there, because we have to look at how well moon is in your chart. Right, we have to look at quite a few things, but I've given you the gist of what to expect from the negative. From the positive, if you have a very strong 4th house, if you have a very strong Mercury in your charts, it can give you positive results and you can gain from your home, your family. You can gain from anything to do with real estate especially. It can also give you some kind of a good news, especially if your Saturn is also well placed, which is your 10th lord, to do with your work. Some people can get suddenly work from home, and it can happen. It's a monsoon time, right? People can have a change of career in the positive if your overall chart is very, very strong. Otherwise, Mercury from the 4th house, it can also give you certain triggers and ups and downs in your career. So the ones that are employed, make sure that you're not writing emails to your boss and having an emotional outburst. All right. Remember, logic and emotions. So how you communicate at work needs to be extremely logical. And at home, you need to make sure that you switch back and you are emotional and you don't have that Aries fiery energy in dealing with your loved ones, your family members, your spouse, especially. All right. Once Mercury transits out of Cancer and it goes to Leo, you can definitely see a lot of improvement in your emotional well-being. All right. That's all I have. If you have anything to share, please mention in the comments. If you like this video, hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.